Okay, I'm back. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So we're back on YouTube. Not sure what's happening with Facebook. There it is. Okay. We're back. We're back. Okay. We are back. Okay. All right. Now we're actually back. All right, everybody. Let's play another song. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, Mary's back. Mary's back. Let's see here. Okay, Renaud's back. Katya is over on YouTube. Appreciate you. Okay. All right. I had a VPN on and it messed everything up. So let's back to what I was saying. Sorry about all that. We're going to play Learn to Listen, Listen to Learn. And let's see if I could play it well. Haven't played it in a while. But yeah, this song's all about being grateful. So like I said, even if you got woke up today, that's a pretty wonderful thing for that breath that you've been given today. So let's play it. Here we go. Oh, let's not do that though. Let's do this. Isn't that a nice song? It's a very happy song. Renaud Schmidt, thank you so much for that super chat over there. That is amazing. I really appreciate that. There's little things that you can do that on YouTube and also on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you could do something called stars, and on YouTube you could do things like super chats and super emojis and stuff like that. I think there's like a little cash symbol, like a little money symbol. And you could support the stream and support my career. I've been a full-time musician for, like 5 years now. So every little bit helps. Paul Harvey, the flute guy, another rock star in the flute world. How you doing, Paul? Paul is an incredible flute player and has huge channels all over the place, and he maintains that while raising an incredible family and also as a full-time iron worker, and he drives about 427 hours a day to do it. Amazing man. Really appreciate his friendship. So Paul, glad to see you, man. I really appreciate you. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, man, you're back in Minneapolis, huh? That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Okay, we did that. There we go. Man, how awesome. Thank you so much for that super chat again, Renaud. That really means the world. As you know, like every little bit helps, man. So thank you very much for that. Okay. Let's keep going, guys. What do you think? Now I'm kind of doing what I got here, right? So, let's play this copper flute. This is a new instrument. This is a new instrument to me, and I'm not very good at it. So you're gonna see me play an instrument badly, but the instrument is amazing. It's called the copper flute, and it's made by Eric Rom, and you could get it over at rommusic.com, I believe is the website. Really, really cool flute. It's kind of like a hybrid of a Chinese shao, I believe. And I just got notification. I think there's an ad playing, so I apologize for that. So this is a really, really, really neat flute. I'm not good at it, like I said, but I love the sound of it. I have 3 versions of it. This is the lullaby version. Then there's the regular C version, and then there's the bass F version. I've been playing this one a lot lately. Oh my gosh, Paul Harvey in the house. Look at you, brother. Thank you. You're crazy. Look at that. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's my very first super on a live stream. That's crazy. Thank you, man. You didn't have to do all that, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's crazy. All right, y'all. Let's play this. Hey, Katya. No way, you guys. No way. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys have no idea. Oh man. Thank you, Katya. If you're over on Facebook or Twitch and you don't know what's going on, I'm getting some really big love right now on YouTube. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you. Really, that's just amazing. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's try to figure this out. All right. So this is, if I'm right, and let's do a little tunage real quick to see exactly what's going on here. Yeah, that's what I thought. So this is, like I said, this is the copper flute, and I feel like it's out of my league. You know, I really do. It's just really amazing. So I'm gonna try to do something interesting with it. Um, let's see if I could do something cool with it. I'm going to play to a backing track. I've never done this before, so I'm going to see if I can find a good backing track, and let's play to it. Let's try this. I hope this works. If not, you're all going to see me make a fool out of myself. Here we go. Are you going to meet Eric at the World Flute Society, aren't you, Paul? That's so cool. All right, let's try this. Wait. That's not the one I'm after. There is one. Where is it? There. Is that it? Yes. Let's try this one. All right, I need a lot of work with that copper flute for sure. That's one of my favorite backing tracks I've done. You could download that backing track um, over on Bandcamp or iTunes, I think. Um, I love that backing track. I had a lot of fun making it. So yeah, that's a blast. I want to play this really interesting flute. This is the newest flute in my collection, and it's like a fluke. It's not something that I would have bought. Um, but it's a 5-hole flute, and it's made by Chris T. Coombe. Um, yeah. So Chris T. Coombe. I don't know much about this person. I don't know. I just don't know anything about these flutes. I never heard of the maker until this showed up. So it's an interesting thing, and it's kind of bulbous, right? So like in the middle where the finger holes, it's skinnier than the end, and where the block is. And I think the physics like that, it's kind of like a recorder in that way. And I think the physics of the flute lend to something that I really, really like. So I kind of want one of these flutes as a 6-hole flute because it does something. Hello, Svetlana. It does something that no other flute that I have does. And it's the upper register stuff. It has this chromatic walk up and down in the upper register that I really appreciate. It's really, really neat. So if anybody knows who this maker is, Chris T. Coombe. Never heard of this person at all until I got this flute. This one's in F. It says F minor. So realistically, that's correct with a 5-hole flute. You really can't do a lot more. I mean, you could play some stuff, so it's not really. I mean, like you could play like a Mixolydian scale, so you could play some major stuff on it. But it really is. This is really kind of made to play a minor scale. A lot of people like even like this high spirits flute. If you go on their website, it'll say that this is a G minor flute when in fact it actually isn't. That's just kind of what it's a misconception in the Native American flute world. And I've talked with lots of flute makers that will swear up and down that it's a minor flute, and then I'll sit there and take a flute that they made and play every scale in the world, which kind of debunks that. You know, maybe it was made to play minors, you know, a minor scale, but it plays all of them. So it's kind of like if you made me a guitar and said, hey, only play an A minor chord, like, but it could play everything. It's not an A minor guitar. It could play all the scales. It could play all the chords. Katya says, OMG, just a little question. How many flutes do I have? Good question. I haven't counted in a long time. Last time I counted, I think I was at 50. But quite a few have joined me since then. So I've been meaning to do this for a while, and I've been asked by several people to do a live stream and go through my flutes one by one and let everyone know what they are and all that. So I do plan on doing that. Right now, I got a lot of them packed up because I took a whole bunch to a gig that I played last week at this little really interesting like vegan juice bar kind of place. It was really interesting. Lots of fun. So anyway, I want to play this flute for you, and I'm gonna purposely go out of scale and stuff like that because I want to show you what it can do. But really, you know, you've heard this before if you're a musician. There's no such thing as a wrong note. There isn't. It's just the note before it and after it. You know, that kind of tells you whether or not it's a wrong note. But all the notes work. So, let's just see what we can do with this flute. I'm gonna play solo. Here we go. So this is really cool. Um, I really wish it had a sixth hole. I even considered trying to be a flute maker and making one, but I'm not going to. Um, yeah, it's really cool. Hey, Lenora, how you doing? It's just a really cool flute. When I got it, I kind of thought about like I was gonna like do some sort of raffle for it, because I was like, it's a 5-hole flute. I'm not really into them. I have one other 5-hole flute that I do like quite a bit, but I don't play it very often. But this kind of changed my view on things. And if you look at the flute, like I said, in the middle it's skinnier, and on the end has like this little. It kind of acts like a recorder. And I really love it. Like, I think that's, to me, as a flute player, to me, that's kind of groundbreaking. I'm not a purist when it comes to these things. I'm all about the flute being able to do more and being in tune. So I think this is a beautiful flute, and I really love that little. I mean, it's very recorder like, and I think that's so cool. Those higher notes that I'm able to hit, like that's incredible. You don't see that. You don't see that on other flutes. You're not able to do that. You're only be able to, like you just can't do that with other flutes. So I think that's just really great. That's really the only limitation of a Native American flute, is how many notes you could actually play. If you know me by now, you know that I love to play music theory, and I really love to just jump into that world and to explore these flutes and to do more with them than what most people do. And sometimes I get a lot of flack for it. But, I mean, pentatonic minor is a wonderful thing, and I truly am jealous of the folks that can live there and only play that scale. But I can't, I'm not satisfied, and I want to do more. So, it's just one of those things. It's like as soon as I discovered that, I got really excited about it. Like, hey, wait a minute. I think we're onto something here. The question is whether the interior border corresponds with the exterior. I don't understand what that means, Jerry. Elaborate. So, we got my friend Jerry Littlejohn, who's a flute maker, and she's over on Facebook. Sorry, I didn't have that chat open. I'm looking at YouTube mostly. So yeah, I don't understand, right? I'm not a flute maker. I don't get it. But that really, I think that's a really big deal. I really do. My dream flute would be able to play 2 full octaves, but like in a really good way to where you don't just have to overblow and like the tone changes. But I'd also be very satisfied if we just got a couple of more notes out of it. And I want it to be as chromatic as absolute, like just as much as it possibly can be. And for the most part, they are. It's completely chromatic, except playing the second note going up, you can't really hit a half step after the second note. You can if you play a quarter hole, but that's not very realistic. So you could pull it off like. Doesn't sound good though. But you could play the first whole step, so it's a little limited. But you could do it. And since we're talking to Jerry, let's play one of Jerry's flutes. This is a High B from Jerry Littlejohn. One of my favorite flutes. This is awesome. I have no idea what it's made of. But it's pretty, and it sounds great. And it goes like this. reverb is a little hot, too much. Sorry, guys. So Jerry says, I'm curious if it's simply how the outside is shaped. It looks like 5 holes are moved further up the flute, which may be affecting the upper register if it is really an interior bore shaping difference. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't I don't know enough about it to even give feedback on it. But that was just my first thought, just because the flute was shaped different. Maybe that's why it gives me those notes like that. I don't know. I'm not smart enough. Renaud Schmidt says, I have 2 flutes with 3 more holes to play it chromatically, especially the 3 first half notes. Oh, that's cool. I have a flute that could actually play truly chromatic, but it's a little awkward. It was just kind of like a prototype thing that the Flute Wizard made. If you don't know Kyle, the Flute Wizard, he's an awesome, awesome guy. Makes some really cool flutes. And he made something. I just kind of like sent him an email. We were talking back and forth, and he was like, you know what? I got this old piece of bamboo, and he just like cranked this thing out. And it's really interesting. And you can play completely chromatic with it, but it's just, it's a little awkward. But with some practice, you could definitely do it. But like to keep the integrity of the same thing a little bit, I don't know. It's like I'm not against it. Like there's a lot of folks that are like, well, that's not a Native American flute anymore. It's like, well, I don't really care. To me, I love the tone of the flute, and I do love the modern tuning and fingering of it. And in a perfect world, I'd want a 6-hole flute that just played a little bit more, right? Like that just had a handful of more notes. And I would love to be able to hit that first flat second note, right? The first half step. And my idea of it was, okay, I will, Jerry. My idea behind that was I thought, like here's a flute, right? Here's a 6-hole flute. I thought, just like on recorders, they have 2 holes down here. Like what if you had 3, right? And so you could kind of go, cover 2 and then, kind of thing. But I've been told by makers that probably wouldn't work. So I'm always thinking, right? So right now I have 2 prototypes from 2 different makers trying to accomplish it. Hasn't really happened yet, solid. But I hope it does. And I've seen so many battles on Facebook and people talking about it. It's like, well, if you do too much to it, then you're going to take away from culture and the Native American flute itself. And I'm just not buying that. Because realistically, the flute's been changed so much already. What we're playing now, it's called the Native American flute or Native American style flute, but it's a modern version of it, and mostly because of the tuning, right? So everything evolves. I always compare this conversation to the guitar, of how it started, right? Like the guitar started as a lute, and then they started adding. And like at one point the frets were made out of gut and the strings were made out of gut, and then over time it started changing. The frets turned into metal, and then the gut strings were breaking on the metal, and so they made metal strings. And over time, and could you imagine all the battles that everyone had as the instrument progressed? And now it's this guitar, because it was the lute, and then I think it was like the Baroque guitar, and that was a 10-string instrument, I think, and it just changed. And I bet every time it changed, the purists were getting mad, and they would talk about it, rawr, and like it's going to change our ways. But the evolution of music is just incredible. Like whatever it is, you know what I mean? And of course, never to disrespect anybody. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just the evolution of all of it is just fantastic, And so I just like to see music grow in every single way, like regardless of what it is, So it's just a neat thing. It's just a really, really neat thing. Okay, so this has been a lot of fun. We got to hang out today. So I'm really pumped that I did this today. I'm going to play one more ditty for you. Let's see what I got here. So I could play, let me see. What's this? I don't like it. Let's play something else. What else we got? I'm looking at all these what do I have available to play? Do I have an F sharp? I don't have an F sharp right now. Everything's packed up. Oh, we could do that. Why not? Let's do this. All right, guys. We'll play an old high spirits flute. This is the second flute I ever owned. Old trusty high spirits. This is my song Thunder Rolling Down the Mountain. This is what made me start playing full time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's going to be it for me today, guys. What a great time we had today. Thank you so much. Got some awesome support on YouTube. Thank you. We got some super chats that came in. That's really incredible, guys. I got some cool insight from Jerry Littlejohn over on Facebook. Some love over on Twitch. Just really appreciate you guys a lot. So every little thing that you can do supports me so much. I am going to be trying to do this a lot more and making videos more. I do upload a short every single day to YouTube and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. Had a little exciting thing over on Instagram happen. Had one of my posts go mini viral and hit 350,000 views or something. Oh, there's Jerry on YouTube. Hello, Jerry. So yeah, I had like 500 followers over on Instagram. And if you don't know, I was on Instagram like 3 years ago and I had like 1,500 followers and I left and I deleted the account. And then I just showed back up last summer. I had like 500 followers over there and one of my videos went crazy viral and hit like 350,000 views. And I went, now I have like 3,500 followers. It's just crazy. It was completely unexpected, and just really neat. So I'm glad I showed up, back over there. So, yeah, give me a follow on all the places. Jerry Littlejohn says, I'm looking to stream to multiple platforms soon, playing daily on Clubhouse. Cool. Yeah, I use OBS to stream on multiple platforms, and there's a really cool little plugin that you could install. It's a whole mess, and I forgot how to do it, but if my computer could handle it, I could stream to as many platforms as I want for free. But you could also use something like Restream and do that, which is a really cool thing and probably a better and more reliable service than what I'm doing. But my computer can only handle like doing 3 at a time. So that's it for me today. Guys. If you would like to support the stream or my music career, you can do so by going to PayPal. As you can see this little thing scrolling. You could like and subscribe to all my social media stuff. You could become a member here on YouTube or on Instagram. It's like a little monthly fee. You could also be one of my patrons. And patrons, we don't do much over there, but it's just kind of like people buying me a coffee once a month, and it helps. So every little thing. Claudette, how are you? Good to see you over on Facebook. Thank you. So yeah, those are all the ways that you could support me. And I'm going to shut it down, and on my way out, I'm going to show you guys my Patreon stuff and my patrons over there helping me out, and I really appreciate you guys. So you have a great day. Like I said, I'm always working on new music, and I do have a bunch that I'm working on, so I love you guys. Okay.